John, LA and I'm not too bad. LA and Toronto. What's been your assessment of how McGregor's handled this press tour so far?
I think I've agreed with some of the online scores. It's maybe you could say 10-9 for Floyd in round one, but I'm pretty sure that was a 10-8 round for Conor in round two.
It got a bit heated, and obviously he said, "Oh, I've come to the octagon." What were your thoughts on that when he said that?
Stop lying. We all know what happened if he came to the octagon.
I feel as if some of the sort of boxing commentators have maybe been a wee bit disparaging about the MMA world around this fight. Would you agree?
100%. I still think they're looking at very early UFCs when the individual skills maybe not as developed as they are now. Now we have in the UFC people with excellent skills in striking and grappling. So yeah, I think they've taken the eye off the ball a little bit to see just how developed fighters in the UFC and other top organisations have become over the last few years.
And obviously there's been talk over the fact that Conor McGregor doesn't have any professional boxing experience, but he's a good striker. I mean, how well prepared do you think he would be for a fight like this?
He will be very well prepared. We've already gone through one training cycle, and we had in some good opposition, some good sparring partners, and as we expected, his skills very well transcended over. I mean, he's not trying to win Wimbledon. It's not that different. The understanding of range, understanding of how to move around. A lot of his fights have ended with that left hand, so it's not completely different. Of course, there is some differences. In this fight, he doesn't have to worry about someone shooting on him, which is usually what he faces. So it's been a great experience preparing for this. And first half went very well. Now we're heading out. Well, I'll be heading out on Monday for the second half, and I expected him to peak at the right time.
Do you think he's getting into Floyd's head with obviously the way that the press conferences have gone?
If I'm being 100% honest, I would say no. Floyd's 40 years of age. He's been around the fight game. I think when you're watching it, you know, us that have not competed at that level, it maybe get to us more. But I think the two of them are having a lot of fun with it. They seem to be really enjoying it. Maybe it was a little bit surprising to him just how much, it was to me anyway, how much fanfare is in one direction. You know, when he did his hard work in Toronto, and there was kind of a tumbleweed going past, it was a little bit awkward to watch. And I think it's only going to get worse as they go to New York and then London.
The event of the weekend is virtually a sellout, I believe, here. How much is that a sign of how events like Conor and Floyd's fight is really attracting the casual audience and really promoting mixed martial arts in the UFC?
Yeah, the point you made there, I've heard like, this is going to, if Conor wins, it's damage boxing. If Floyd wins, it's damage MMA. To be honest, for me, it only helps grow both sports. This contest has really crossed over to the mainstream. There's people in all sports are now watching it. Maybe when that's over, regardless of result, we get more people looking forward to the next big MMA fight, more people looking forward to the next big boxing fight. So for me, boxing, combat sports wins.
Just on this weekend, with so much attention on Conor, that must play into the hands of someone who's so cool, so calm, like Gunnar, to fly under the radar a little bit, and he can really focus on this weekend.
I don't think he's even aware there's a boxing fight coming up, if I'm being honest. I haven't spoken to him in a bit yet, but yeah, Gunny's, if he's not fighting in an octagon, he's out giving me more grey hairs on a snowmobile or a motorbike. He's not so much to be keeping up with internet stuff.
All the boys are with Conor, Owen, Artem. Are you a little disappointed that you're not kind of with the gang as they kind of go through all the shenanigans of this press tour?
100%. That's not really. You know, you're kind of. It looks more glamorous than it is, being rushed from one airport to the hotel to the venue. You know, you're just kind of getting settled in one, and you're packing the suitcase and you're on to the next one. So it's kind of fun that I get to, you know, do my day, which I enjoy doing, which is being in the gym or, you know, being here and getting the guys ready. And then at night time before bed, I get to watch a little bit of entertainment on YouTube. And so I'm getting, I think, the best part of it.
What's the roadmap for the rest of this training camp in terms of geography, location, and will you still be bringing in Paulie Malignaggi?
Yep, as far as I know, he's still coming in. So this week, well, we made a fit into Conor's training schedule that this week was his rest week. So he's not supposed to be doing much. Even the activity of, you know, walking around venues and stuff is enough. And then on Monday we start again. We have a 4-week cycle of hard training with a lot of sparring, and then a 2-week taper, just to get, make the weight and let everything heal up, and then go in and do what they all say we can't do again.
And will this be in Las Vegas, LA? Where will you guys be?
Vegas the whole time.
The whole time.
Will you
go on?
You're here today, obviously, for Gunnar Nelson.
And Charlie Ward.
And we did obviously express your desire to have him face Wonderboy, so Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, but obviously he's injured at the moment. Did you kind of say to him, maybe wait for a higher ranked opponent, or is he going to just say, no, I just want to get back in there?
Yeah, I think Gunny is best when he's active, because he does less snowmobiling then. But yeah, I mean, it's a little bit disappointing if I'm being 100% honest. I thought he did very well in his last 2, and it would have been nice for one of the top 10 guys to answer the phone, but they didn't want to. For some reason, it seemed to be headlining an event in Europe was not appealing enough to them. Fair play to his opponent who did. It's a great contest. Stylistically, I'm actually very interested in this one, because the guy's got great takedown defense, very busy, very fit. He's going to be a great challenge for Gunny, but at the end of the day, Gunny's a fighter. That's how he makes his money, so what's he going to do, sit around and play games all day long? No, he's a fighter.
Like Call of Duty.
Yeah, I know, he does like that game. But get in there, stay busy, stay active, and then hopefully get a good win on Sunday night, and then one of those guys in the top 10 maybe who's not washing their hair next time, that we give them a shout, and we can work our way towards that title fight.
Gunny did tell us that he spent the entire camp in Iceland, and that's where he believes he'll be spending the rest of his time training. So as a head coach based in Dublin, how does that relationship work?
Yeah, I sent over some of my top guys like Peter Queally, Luca, and then we had Abner over as well that was in Ultimate Fighter, and I get the sparring rounds recorded and sent back to me and give feedback that way. But yeah, it's, Gunny is a very unusual athlete in that the vast majority of his training has been against, even his jiu-jitsu is rolling with whites and blue belts, the odd purple belt, and yet he's gone on to become one of the best ground fighters in mixed martial arts. So his one a big thing I talk about with my young fighters is accepting responsibility for your own training. So I don't have to be there with Gunny twisting his arm or throwing cold water on him to get him out of bed. He's self-motivated. He knows what this fight means. He's headlining another big card, and for him to go out there and get a finish on this opponent, it makes a strong case for him being so active and such a good finisher to be next in line, or at least next in line to get to the #1 contender spot.
One more question on Conor and Floyd. Conor hasn't really gone there with Floyd yet with regards to his domestic violence past. You had a dig at him for that on social media yesterday on Twitter. Do you think it's all fair play when it comes to back and forth in the fight game? And do you think Conor will go there in the next couple of press conferences?
We don't. Neither Conor or I discuss that type of thing, tactics. So I have no idea. I probably would doubt it that he would. He's just more interested in getting into talking about Floyd himself. They seem to have their own little sparring matches going on, verbal sparring matches going on, and I'm. If Conor's a black belt in that, I give myself a low-level blue belt in it. So I'll let Conor do what he does. For me, I just find it bizarre that I say a fact and it gets calls like that's what he's being charged with. Not once. It's like if someone calls me a dog once, I won't speak to them again. If I call a dog 10 times, I'll go out and buy a kennel.
And what are you expecting for today's press conference? Because yesterday was like such a high. Do you feel that it can go higher than that, basically?
Yeah, I think it will. I expect even a bigger response this time. Conor got a little bit sidetracked, caught sideways in the first one, with those guys switching off mics and putting him on stage for 10 minutes before Floyd came out. And, it was a learning. It was kind of win or learn. It was a learning experience for him. And then look what he did 24 hours later. He owned the whole thing. And that, to me, is just a sign of him getting into the swing of it. So today, the warm-up rounds are over, so I'm looking forward to tonight.
On the game as a whole, if you like, you mentioned in your book you started out pretty much in a garage in Dublin. Now you're on a world tour with Conor, visiting destinations, and you're going to sell out a Las Vegas venue. You're in multiple European cities. Can you believe, sitting here, just how big the game has got?
Yeah, this is very weird for me, I'll be honest. And to think that it all happened in a very short period of time. But I just deal one day at a time. I'm here talking to you right now, so I'll be in the moment and enjoy this, and who knows where it'll be a year from now.
With Conor's transition into boxing, how have you been able to split your time between him and Gunnar over the last, say, couple of weeks or months?
Well, I haven't, if I'm being honest. I've been in Dublin. Gunny was training in Iceland, so we sent over some of our best guys there to give him tough rounds and give him feedback, and then I would watch tape. As supplied by Peter there in the background, he would send me video of him sparring. Yeah, I've just been in Dublin with Conor.
Do you feel that Conor will return to MMA straight after this fight, or take a break?
He seems very, very motivated to want to go to Russia in December. I don't know, watching Rocky IV or something like that. So whatever he decides to do, I'm behind him.